stay in here for a couple minutes.
Go out there until it's time to come in.
Everybody can see you on TV right now, just by the way.
No, they were talking about, he said, there's an orgy scene in the movie. And I flooded it with, like, fucked up stuff.
Yeah.
Trying to use, because they use that as bait. Like, they'll flood it, like, with the most fucked up things, and then when it comes to the ratings, they're like, okay, well, we'll cut this stuff. And then they get to keep the stuff that they wanted. And he had talked about how Judd Apatow did it in one of his movies. He added a band in the movie called Preacher Rape.
Oh, yeah. He was on the Bill Simmons show.
Yeah, that's exactly where he was talking about it.
Yeah.
And he said they added in all this fucked up shit in this orgy, and the only thing they made him cut was the hair off of the balls of the fucking sandwich wrap.
Wow.
They said they made it NC-17, and they're like, well, if you take the hair off of his balls, we're okay. He's like, we added so much fucked up shit.
That's hilarious. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Not Surge.
Not Surge.
Not Surge.
Not Surge.
Turn it the other way. Show the nutrients instead. We're going to have to start... Hey, you know what? It's inverted, so fuck it.
Facts. Yeah, it's backwards, so we're fine. We can get away with it. We can get away with every single logo in the book.
Drink a goose.
We should honestly probably just always do like it inverted like this. So
that way we don't get in trouble for anything?
So we can do a little bit of banter before the show starts.
Banter.
3 minutes. Oh,
Banter.
we should probably check how everything's sounding.
Banter.
Oh,
wait, Panda.
I tweeted out the links. We're good to go. We should have come through. We are live. There we go.
We are live in the studio
apartment.
Live from Roswell, New Mexico.
It says we're on. Episode 147. Let's see how we sound. That's Alex. Nice. Sound good.
Who's our lucky wrestler today?
We had 2.5 minutes until kickoff. Just letting you guys know. 2.5 minutes.
Go to the restroom, get you a drink.
Rub one out. Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do.
Can't say that, man. Do the do.
No, that's not inverted. Don't do it.
Can't invert what I say.
Invert words. We busting out AJ Lee today. Is that AJ? That's AJ.
We're gonna go double since somebody got suspended today.
Do you have an ADR?
Ah, do you?
I have a page.
Ah.
Oh, nice.
The other one.
I don't think they ever made an ADR one.
Nah, he was probably already gone before.
I want to get the new ones. I want the Kevin Owens one.
Let's see if I can. I should be able to watch this live at the same time and participate in the chat.
I was trolling, hoping that I would get banned by either Kevin Owens or Jericho yesterday.
Dude, I love that one. That's probably been my favorite.
I was like, I want to get banned.
Here we go. Live chat.
Live chit chat. All that chit chat's gonna get you hurt.
At the 8 o'clock.
Almost there.
Are you fucking kidding me already? I'm looking for breaking news. James Storm done with TNA.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
Seems as though James Storm could once again be finished working with TNA.
Back to NXT?
Back to NXT.
He tweeted, it said, due to some things that happened this Thursday on Impact Wrestling, it seems I can't talk about things yet due to some legal BS. What?
I saw that tweet, but I didn't know if it was a work or if he was talking about something serious.
Maybe he hates that belt.
He referred to his situation as contract BS. He hates that belt. Yeah.
The King of the
Do we talk about that? No.
Not that one. There's a new one that came out.
We'll talk about that.
Okay.
It's going to be very spoilerish because it's going to air tomorrow night.
Right.
It was all over everything, though.
Yeah.
All right,
it's a Grand Championship is the name of it, right?
Here we go.
Grand Championship.
Welcome to the Smart Marks Podcast.
Lemon face, lime face, lemon face, lime face.
Professional wrestling. No matter if it happens in a square, circle, an Aztec temple, or a six-sided ring. Here to lay the smackdown on your ear holes are your hosts, the Smart Marks, Matt Salgado, and Jeremy.
All right, Marks.
What's up?
We got a three-man booth this week.
Three-man booth.
Three-man booth. It is Wednesday, August 17th. And on another prediction-heavy episode of the Smart Marks podcast.
We got 3 shows coming
Sitting
up
in
this weekend.
front of y'all, that's Alex. Y'all know him. Matt, Mateo83, at Jagmeister82, 83?
80.
81.
80?
Fuck,
Yeah.
you're old.
I'll suck it.
You're old. And Jay Vader, 82. I'm not as old as him.
Young at heart.
Young at heart.
How are you, fellas?
Good,
Doing
man.
all right, man. Doing pretty good.
There was...
I picked up a hitchhiker on the road today.
Yeah, Alex?
This guy.
Yeah.
And then I made him.
You only
listen-
picked him up because he's wearing a Lucha Underground shirt.
Exactly. And made him listen.
I knew
to
it'd
some, made him listen to some Bloodhound Gang on the way.
Yes. Which one, though?
Hooray for boobies.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
I've listened to that album all day today, and
You should every day.
It's something. There's times in your life where you're just like, I need to laugh.
Yep.
Today was one of those days.
One Fierce Beer Coaster is
Oh,
a good
yeah.
one for that.
Yes. So how have you been?
I have been good. For once, I might have watched as much, if not more, wrestling.
You probably watch more than me.
Yeah.
I have. I didn't watch Ring of Honor because it's a pay-per-view week. So
I got Ring of Honor
their
watched.
TV time never really matches up.
Yeah.
So I'm glad.
I
that
just
you
watched it on the Fight app.
Good, great.
And I hate that fucking app. I'll tell you right now.
You told me yesterday.
Yeah.
You were like, I hate this, or was it today?
It was yesterday because that's when I was watching it.
What do you like about it?
The app itself, I love what they provide. I love what it does. That's great. But it threw me off at first that it kind of hides the pause button. So I was watching it at work and a customer walked in. I'm like, shit. And I couldn't get it paused. And then, pretty much.
You're like, I wish I was watching it.
And then
reaction.
when you do pause it, if you leave it paused for too long, the app just times out.
Yeah.
And it makes
You
you
have to start
restart
over.
all over it.
Oh,
And then there's no
There's
resume
times
option either.
where that app. I mentioned that before. That the app needs a little bit of work.
Yeah.
And there's times too where like the play button gets stuck on the screen while you're
Yeah.
watching it, so it doesn't ever really make any sense. I wonder if this is a caller calling into the podcast right now. Roswell, New Mexico 208-75.
You should answer your caller number 7.
Hello, how's it going?
Put him on speaker.
Survey company, and you have been selected.
jeez.
Bummer.
Boo.
I bet that had to do with my car company, maybe.
Probably.
You're not
You are
the winner.
declined. Your card has
Your
been.
car has been repoed.
Womp, womp, womp. They play.
I guess we're
parked it
hitchhiking back home, bro.
They play the whammy music. No whammies, no whammies. $500 for free spin.
Do the Price is Right one.
Good times.
That'd have been good. That'd have been good. But
We need
yeah.
Price is Right microphones for this show. We
Yeah,
all
that'd
hold
be
a little
hilarious.
microphone.
Yes.
You know what? I was
If I
looking
find
for-
them the next time we do a 3-man booth, that's how we're doing it.
I think we just need to do those microphones all the time.
That would be great,
Tiny
wouldn't
little
it?
like mics.
Mean Gene Okerlund mics.
Oh yeah, those were mean.
yeah,
mics,
he had them too.
He had an affinity for those mics. It was quite disturbing.
You know what else probably had one? It was Patterson.
Oh, God.
Is
All right,
that too soon?
we're getting canceled. Sorry, guys.
We can say whatever we want. Just
Yeah.
kidding. No, we can't. No, we can't.
Yeah, but I watched Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor was pretty damn good this week.
Yeah.
Mm.
I didn't get to watch it this
If you
week.
didn't see, we're getting Did you get a match card
I got a match
set up?
card.
Yeah. We're getting Affliction versus the Young Bucks.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5.
They had a hell of a match between Roppongi Vice and the Young Bucks for a #1 contender for the tag titles. That was a hell of a match. And then Leo Rush put on a hell of a show. So you guys, both of you guys,
Yeah.
suck ass.
Well,
It's no, I never watch. So
yeah, I'm definitely catching that
what
after
are you?
this show.
I'm just like, you're getting me shit for not
I know,
watching Ring of
I
Honor
know.
for what?
But you know what? I it's sad. You know what fixed this for me? Is I bought a set of Bluetooth headphones. And I needed a pair. Like my son needs earbuds for school. Yeah, exactly. What else do you use them for?
Theme of this show.
No, my son needs earbuds for school, so I was just gonna give him my earbuds. I was like, "Here's my excuse. I can buy a sweet ass pair of Bluetooth ones."
Yeah.
So I sat there at work. We sell like 5 different pairs, so I researched the best one, got me a pair.
Yeah.
And now I can sit there and stream whatever while I'm at work.
Yeah.
And then just have it in my ear the whole time, and no one notices.
Act like you're working.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's awesome.
Exactly.
Hook it up, man.
Oh God, my boss is watching this.
You're the boss. What are you talking about?
Oh, there's people above. There's always somebody above. Even God, there's probably somebody above that too.
We wouldn't go that far.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got to watch Ring of Honor though, because
I got to watch Ring of Honor. I got to watch shit. What else? I missed the first part of NXT. That's the only thing I missed this week.
it was 2 matches.
There's a
Surge.
couple go. Yeah.
2 matches, very promo heavy on the show.
was.
Rightfully so, just to hype you up for this week's Takeover.
Yep.
I mean, Takeover is their biggest show. I feel like. I mean, Brooklyn. Takeover Brooklyn seems like it's the biggest one. Even I feel like it even surpasses the Dallas show. At the time being.
Brooklyn, especially this is the first time they've gone back somewhere.
Yeah,
so this is a
so
major event for them.
That's really neat that they're.
I did actually get to see Kenny Omega's match.
Oh
in New
man,
Japan.
how was that?
That was really good.
Yeah.
Especially given the rumors now that WWE is
interested.
reaching out to Kenny Omega to bring him to the Raw brand.
Yeah.
Wow, that'd be amazing.
Yeah. Well, think about it. They've got Roderick Strong they're trying to work with now, and then you got Kenny Omega, and then what are the chances if you ever get somebody like
Tonga Kid?
You get somebody like Jay Lethal or somebody.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah.
Like the future for WWE is just super bright right now.
Yeah. I was looking. I know they had added Ember Moon to the NXT.
Yep, against Billy Kay.
Billy Kay. Yeah.
It's gonna be a great match.
Yes, sir.
Keep going.
Here it is. Oh, okay, guys. All right, we talked about this in the lead into the show, just a bit, but we didn't. Now that we're on the show, we'll bring it up now. Breaking news: James Storm officially announces tonight he's officially done with TNA and tweets, "I will be teaming with an old friend very soon."
Oh,
is this the return of Beer Money in NXT?
That was fast.
Holy shit!
That was fast.
I hope to God that means Beer Money in NXT.
Beer Money, man.
It's got to be, right?
Yeah.
Because they had a home for him, and he didn't leave on bad terms with them. And even when he went back to TNA, he didn't say any bad things about NXT. He's like, I just came where
my heart was.
I came back here, and they offered him more money. They
at the end of the day, yeah.
What if we're all wrong and it's Chris Harris?
Wildcat.
And that would even be better too.
What happened to that guy?
It's got to be Beer Money though, right?
Easily, yeah. Easily.
That would be
I like
so
to
good.
see what happens with the Bobby Roode character following Takeover this weekend.
Yep.
And a Beer Money reunion would be fantastic. I think that'd be cool to see magnified on a bigger scale, like an NXT, and eventually that's a main roster tag team. Bobby Roode and James Storm is a main roster tag team. You can throw those guys on SmackDown. I feel like that'd be a great fit for them.
Definitely.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know how fast or what's the situation or the plan for Bobby Roode, but I feel like you can't have him bust around NXT for a long time.
No.
I already feel like Austin Aries is kind of, falling a little flat there. Like they're like not really knowing what to do with them. I feel like he does better in a multi-title situation, not just a single championship kind of a arena like NXT is. Austin Aries is a great, put him on Raw, man, and you can throw him right into the middle of the CWC.
Absolutely, man.
He's great United States Championship material. He's great Intercontinental Championship
He's great
material.
for every title.
He's great
I don't
for
care
every title
what.
picture there.
You know what, though? That's the sad part about this whole situation is, would you be more excited to see Bobby Roode team with James Storm in NXT or to see him team with Austin Aries in NXT?
See, that's what I was going to bring up. I mean, I honestly was looking forward to possibly seeing the Dirty Hills get back together. But if you bring Storm to the fold, I would rather see Beer Money.
I agree too. There's got to be some sort of program with all three of them, right?
Yep. Or you move Austin Aries to the main roster and you let Beer Money,
That almost mirrors how I feel about SmackDown right now. Because how do you feel? I mean, we're bringing Kurt Hawkins back.
Yes.
And they're obviously building...
The man who can slam a revolving door.
The man who counted to infinity twice.
The man who doesn't flush the toilet.
He scares the crap out of it.
Nice.
That isn't it so great?
I love those.
And they're pushing him as a
I hope
singles.
I hope they keep bringing those up. I mean, that's going to be the shtick. Is the man who can do anything.
Yeah, that's
I love
awesome,
the idea
isn't it?
of he's getting a great push. Already. To me, that's a good push. That's a good start.
It's super fun. He belongs on SmackDown. That's
he's
a great
getting the
place
push he never got, which is amazing. As a singles competitor, he was always just kind of lingering around. They slung him around on NXT, did things with him there. They gave him Tyler Rex, and Tyler Rex, decided, 2 weeks into a tag team push, he's like, I guess I'm done.
Yeah.
And which is weird because Tyler Rex, I felt like that was a guy like Vince.
He had the look. He was pretty good.
Yeah.
With bringing him back, do we reference? Do they try to bring something with him and Zach?
Yeah,
together?
Zack Ryder.
definitely.
They would have to, right? Bring the Major Brothers back.
I feel like we've kind of broken down those
The
walls.
edge heads.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You can reference old things, talk about Zach and Kurt came in together. They were edge heads. They were part of.
You know who's going to bring that up is Mauro fucking Ronaldo.
Oh yeah, La Familia. I can definitely
Edge,
ready for that.
Edge, and Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder used to be. They would mimic Edge.
Dude, that's
Like-
a hell of a Mario Ronaldo.
All you gotta do is speak really high and almost just get a very high pitched Marv Albert. That's all you have to
Just be on your last breath of
do.
air.
Everything you say.
Every time I feel like Mario's talking, like I'm like, brave
He's
Mario,
gonna die
brave.
soon. He's gonna die soon.
Yeah, I'm like, no,
Yes.
we love you here.
Did you
on
hear him?
SmackDown.
He
Don't
correct
make me
himself
feel so
extremely quick on SmackDown this week.
What did he
It was
say?
a dumb little moment, but it was whenever John Cena and AJ were fighting on the outside. John Cena slams AJ into the steel stairs. And he's like, John Cena slamming him with the steel stairs.
Yeah.
it was all
missed
one
that.
breath.
Yeah.
Like he made stairs and chair one word. I was like, okay, awesome.
Stairs.
Stairs.
Hello.
That is how we got TLC and stairs.
Ah.
Oh yeah, those two table ladders and chairs and
That was
stairs.
fucking dumb. Remember that?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because stupid 2K16 throws the TLC logo on there with the stairs one.
Stairs.
We never fixed it. Thanks a lot, Big Show.
Some of their stuff this year, I've been impressed with the stuff we've saw
So
for
far,
TLC
so
this year.
good. I'm not like I'm
The
happy.
backstage stuff, you're right, looks a little cartoony.
I think they'll clean it up. I feel like
I'm
because
sure
it looks so different. Like the in-ring stuff looks great. I saw the ladder dynamic. We'll talk
Looks pretty
2K17.
damn cool.
The ladder dynamic was amazing. I like
Pretty cool.
that it's like
I was texting you about it, and you're like,
It's- I like that it's situation based. Like I
Yeah.
saw the video of it, and I was just like, "Whoa!" You have to like click on it. You can't just.
Yeah.
You're not just pressing circle
Yeah.
and holding the title belt, waiting to fall down with
Yeah.
it. You're actually like doing the whole pin.
And then I like the
system,
fact that
submission
you can
system.
only set it up dead center, so
Yeah.
there's this no more guessing. Or you could set it up around the ring on the ropes,
And try to
or you
jump
can
it.
use the bridge now. You can
I
bridge
kinda
it
felt
between
like-
the apron and the.
I think
Oh, nice.
I think 2K16 got around that somehow, like with, or maybe it was just a glitch that kept on happening to me over and over. Like wherever you set the ladder up inside the ring, the belt would kind of like gravitate towards that area.
You kind of swing over there.
Yeah,
a
and
bit.
it's just
Yeah.
like you could be like in the corner, like the belt is like way the hell over there. Like,
I love the mechanic that if you get injured hard, like take a lot of damage, you're forced to roll out of the ring.
Yeah, if you're in a
So
multi.
that way, if it's
instead
a
of triple
three-way
threat or
and triple threat, you nail someone real hard, they fall out, and then it becomes a one-on-one until then you can either stay on the outside and gain enough energy to jump in, or if it's like a pin, you can jump in and try to stop it right away, but you sacrifice gaining that energy back.
Yeah.
And then the taunts actually do something now. If you taunt somebody, it gives you buffs in the game. So like you'll get better, faster, or quicker charge, something like that. And they brought back, I don't know if you saw it when I was watching the Oh My God moments. There was a match between Sasha and Charlotte, and they brought back top rope taunts. Because they showed Charlotte
cool.
up there, or Sasha, and she did a move or something right before. So they brought back a bunch of shit. You can fight in the crowds now.
Oh, snap.
Any match you can fight in the crowds. That's freaking
throw them
awesome.
over. Yeah, just the simple fact that you're Sasha, Charlotte, Alexa Bliss.
Yes, and we're probably not getting Luke Gallows and Doc Anderson, right? Or Carl Anderson.
I don't know. I mean,
keep saying Doc.
I was really. I was pretty surprised at the fact that AJ was in the game.
They got AJ fairly quick. I mean, they've had time for AJ
It's usually
Yeah.
post Mania stuff that gets in, and
because
Doc
AJ
and
was Rumble.
Luke and
That's true.
Luke and Carl both came in after
Mania, no?
so I
Yep.
don't see why they wouldn't be in the game.
I would hope.
Yeah, I
really
hope they are. I feel like they're boasting another huge roster.
Even if they have to be DLC, like I understand if you already had your roster set around the time they came in, because they set that roster close to Mania. Like, just get them in one way or another.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know why they're. I guess it's harder for them to do it just to add new character down, DLC. Because all the DLC, it's already pre-planned ahead of time anyway, so it's like, oh, we're just waiting to complete this character.
Did you watch
models.
the New Day entrance?
Yes,
It's awesome, isn't it?
it's really good. Captures the moment.
I just wish there was some way that it would recognize the city you're in,
Mm-hmm.
and
that'd
Biggie would
be
announce
cool,
the city.
yeah.
Like, how hard would it have been to have him just voice?
See, that's the
all
thing
of
too.
those?
Like some of the
It's a dumb thing to be picky.
It's
about,
a reskin of it. I feel, but I mean, I play 2K16 NBA quite a bit, and I feel there's so much customization in there, and there's tons of players.
Yeah.
In the NBA.
So they did away with the
2K Showcase.
showcase mode.
Yeah.
They said that they didn't really even know where to go. That most of the wrestlers, the story they wanted to tell, they couldn't get the
Well,
wrestlers.
how many
they wanted.
WrestleMania things can we do?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And the story, if they tried to tell a story about Brock
But
Lesnar, how do you get Kurt Angle?
But
Yeah. That's, I mean, they've tried in the past, it didn't happen.
They could have just done like one, with, WrestleMania pre-show matches. I feel like that's a good one. Or or you could do the Bella storyline where your match got canceled in Gorilla.
Okay, so let's talk about it. Did you watch the WWE 24?
Yes, I did. Yeah,
And they brought that up.
Yeah, it was really good.
So we went from 2 years ago, a match getting canceled in Gorilla, to now this. That was actually a really good 24. Did you get to watch it?
Not yet. He was telling me about it on the way here.
It's worth a watch, man. You know what else is worth a watch?
What's that?
Did you get to watch the Evolution of Punk?
No.
It is on certain sites that I will recommend. But I did get it recorded from Fox Sports 1.
Nice.
Right.
And it is actually pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Like, they show him, they talk about him getting into it. This first episode, they kind of talk about his past and how he ended up where he was at and leaving WWE and stuff. But then they show him training. And they show him going through, like, his first few weeks of training. And then they show, you know, a lot of back and forth with him in April. And her begging him not to do it. She's like, I don't want to go to your fights. I don't want to see your face bruised. I don't want to be involved in this.
AJ, for those
AJ.
This chick.
Yeah.
Not in the know.
She kept saying, she's like, eventually I'll watch you fight, but I don't know how soon or if ever I can. She's like, I just don't know that I can do that.
Yeah.
And they show him he drives every day 3 hours total, an hour and a half to get to Wisconsin and an hour and a half
That's what
back.
I was gonna say. Like, I remember him talking about.
Yeah, he lives in Chicago and he drives up to Wisconsin to fight.
Wow.
So an hour and a half every day, and hour and a half there, hour and a half back. And they showed him, you know, he went through his training and everything. He was picking up all right, and because he had no baseline for them to work off of, he had no previous fights. They put him. They did something that they've even said. Duke Rufus even told him, he's like, I've never done this before, but you're 2 months in. I'm gonna put you in sparring. He's like, I'm gonna see how you do. He's like, I want to know. They wanted to know a baseline. They wanted to figure out what worked for him.
Right.
So they put him in against this, world champion boxer, stuff like that, and he got worked bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
And they did 3 rounds. He tapped every single round, but he looked better than anybody else I'd probably say I've seen in like 2 months. He came in, he was blocking stuff, he was throwing kicks, he wasn't afraid, and he even said when it was done, he's like, what do I, because Duke Rufus, like, I guess his whole philosophy is you either win or you learn. You're either winning or you're learning. So they took away, they knew what to learn from, and that's kind of where that episode leaves you off, is you see the baseline of where he's going to go. So I've got this hope that we see him kind of mold and start at this. I failed at what I did the first time, and we see him get better and progress leading into this match.
It's going to be like a 6-part series, I believe.
Something like that, yeah. So they're only 30-minute episodes, so it goes really quick.
Right.
But it's worth a watch.
Yeah.
Man. They were really, really good.
How in depth did they go into the whole WWE?
Not much. He mentioned a bit, and he talked about getting out of the business. And he also mentioned that had UFC or MMA been big in the 80s like WWE was, that his career path would have been completely different. He said, I probably would have never wanted to be a wrestler. I would have wanted to be a fighter instead. He's like, but there was no MMA in the 80s when I grew up watching wrestling, so that's what I gravitated to.
Yeah.
So they didn't show much, but in the trailers for it, in the commercials, they show a lot of clips of him in the ring. So I'm sure we'll see more of it as we go on. At one point, someone that he was sparring against, they were like teasing him. They're all, come on, Mr. Wrestling King, you can hit me with a DDT? And they're just throwing punches back and forth. Nice. And they get in and they start working, and that guy leans forward and goes for an RKO in the middle of the ring. And Punk even just starts laughing his ass off and drops to his knees. He's like, whatever, man.
Yeah, that's good. That's good shit.
Well, he's a good sport about it.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was worth a watch.
Well, he knows, he realizes this is, this is the world he's going into. So he has to expect the shit talking. He has to expect all of that.
The people who say that he shouldn't be there, stuff like that. He expects all that.
You gotta.
And there's a lot of Anthony Pettis in the episode because that's the same training camp that Anthony Pettis goes through.
Cool.
And Pettis was totally, just getting in there with him, cheering him up, like, you've got this, dude. I know you can handle this. So it was really good.
Cool.
That's awesome. That's good to hear. I mean, we're hitting 202 this weekend, and so 203 is 3 weeks away. After that,
it's September 10th.
Yeah, it's not even that far.
Yeah, not that far away at all. So I'm looking forward. It's gonna be a good fight.
Yeah.
Whether he wins or loses, it's gonna be worth a watch.
Definitely gonna watch.
Speaking of UFC, we had a big fight this week between
the one that just happened in the press conference
between Dana White and
water bottles being thrown at each other.
McGregor against Nate Diaz, and we usually typically predict these kind of fights because they're very showcasey.
They're major fights, yeah.
Who you got?
I have Diaz.
This is a prediction show.
Yeah.
We're going to start with the UFC.
Start with UFC.
We'll do the UFC.
It's a minor one for us right now.
Yeah.
So, I'm going Diaz.
Diaz?
I'm going Diaz also.
I guess we're sleeping the boy. We're all going Diaz.
I last year, a few months back when we predicted the same match, I went with Connor.
I think we both went with
And
Connor.
I've lost a lot of respect. I mean, Connor is a jackass.
He
So
should,
is Diaz. Diaz is a jackass. But if you go find the podcast where we talked about this before, my roles flipped 100% because I talked about how much I hated Diaz and how big of a punk he is. That punk, it's sad when someone can step up and take that to another level, and that's what Conor McGregor did.
Yeah.
You go out and you talk the shit you talk, and then you are not even prepared to back it up. And you get worked over as quick as you did. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, I'm not going for you in the rematch if that's the way it happens.
Yeah,
I expect him, he may be more prepared this time, but I'm over it. I want to see him get his ass beat. And I want to see him
You hit the nail on the head. I did the same thing, dude. Complete 180. Because I was completely behind Conor McGregor. Nate Diaz is a punk. But just, I don't know, McGregor's antics after getting knocked out by
And then it
Diaz,
doesn't help trash in wrestling.
No.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Totally. You're totally gonna piss everybody
And it is
off.
what it is. The guy's a heel and he sells tickets. He does his job. He does
knows
what's
what he's
expected
doing.
of him. He's the Chael Sonnen right now. He's taken Chael Sonnen's level and just pushed it. Because remember, Chael Sonnen was that heel. He was that Billy Graham type heel. He would come in
He's
and
timed
talk.
by 1,000.
Now he is just... it's just ridiculous, the shit he talks.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, to the point that this week he was in a Q&A. And did you see... All right, so when someone does a Facebook Q&A, what do you expect? You expect to see someone with the phone in their hand, holding it, reading the comments as they're coming in and answering those comments. Mm-hmm. No, fucking Conor McGregor does a Q&A, which is actual, like, a press conference. He sits up on a stage with his legs crossed and a microphone in his hand and doesn't answer the Facebook comments, but he answers press comments.
Yeah.
And someone asked him about Ric Flair. And they asked him how he felt about what Ric Flair said about him stealing his gimmick. And he's like, oh, Ric Flair's a cool motherfucker, yo. And fucking Vinnie Mac's a fucking Don, yo. And he kept saying, all the old school guys he loves. But he's like, I don't like all the other guys. You got John Cena, Mr. Fluorescent says you can't see me. I can see him. He calls him a 40-year-old fat Mr. Olympia motherfucker. Like, seriously, man? Like, you're taking shots at people who didn't even take shots at you.
Taking shots at John Cena, the guy who's ridiculously buffed. And
you're calling him a fat, out-of-shape Mr. Olympia.
Yeah, Mr. Grand Wish winner.
Yeah,
so is this game time right now?
It's game time right now.
Let's do this.
Let's get this done.
All right.
So we got a huge wrestling fan in the house that is turning 11 today. So we thought it'd be funny if we bring him in and bring him on TV.
This is great for
on the internet.
This is great for people listening.
I know. This is just going to push more downloads and more views on it. Because if you guys want to see what's happening,
if you're on YouTube, if you guys aren't aware, you guys should totally subscribe to the YouTube.
Wonderful looking
cake. Yeah, so we got.
Did you lock him out of the house just in case?
No.
He's mowing the lawn.
No,
he's not.
Two trips.
2 trips.
My daughter Savannah that does the intro every week, and my wife Kim that puts up with my shit every week.
The lovely Kim that lets us broadcast, and, stream and download and rate and review. We watch all the pay-per-views.
Who is this one? Who's this girl?
Paige, I already said.
Who is she?
Adrian Lee.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Dead air.
It's alright, no, it's fine. I think I could probably actually edit out the audio portion.
Why would you?
No, just like the dead air part.
When we take out the pink candle, I get to lick it because it has more icing.
So every week, Savannah begs to be on the show.
Now you're on the show.
Now you're on the show. What do you want to do?
I don't know.
Oh.
Hey. Who wins this weekend? Sasha Banks or Charlotte?
Oh, yeah. Let's do predictions with you while we're waiting for...
You think Charlotte beat Sasha Banks? I thought Sasha Banks was your favorite.
She is.
So
you're going with Charlotte?
You're going with Charlotte?
What? She's going super heel right now.
Okay, where's my card at?
So who wins? Asuka or Bayley?
Bayley.
Bayley wins?
Mm-hmm.
Bayley, your girl?
Mm-hmm.
You like her?
I have her belt.
You have her belt? Awesome.
Mm-hmm. But she lost it.
Oh.
Wait, you going for Bayley?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Should have brought it out.
We're keeping that.
Yeah, because she doesn't have it.
All right,
Savannah.
She's got
the butterfly belt.
Who's gonna win? Carmella, Becky Lynch, Naomi, or Natty, Eva Marie, or Alexa Bliss?
Like a bliss.
Okay, so
you're going with Alexa Bliss?
Yeah.
Cesaro or Sheamus?
Cesaro.
The Miz or Apollo Crews?
Apollo Crews.
Nice. Enzo, Big Cass, or Jericho and Owens?
Enzo and Big Cass.
Got it.
Hey, what are these guys? Couple haters.
Couple haters. You got the
haters.
New Day or the Club? Who's gonna win? The Club.
Yeah. And they're too sweet for that.
Little mark over there. Rusev or Roman Reigns? Roman Reigns. All right. Cena or AJ Styles?
AJ Styles.
Balor, Finn Balor or Seth Rollins? I already know this answer.
Finn Balor.
Finn Balor. Dean Ambrose or Dolph Ziggler?
Dean Ambrose.
Dean Ambrose. And Brock Lesnar or Randy Orton?
Randy Orton.
Randy Orton.
Those are some pretty mark
Those
answers.
are some really good picks.
Those are some really mark answers.
Yeah, you don't leave it
there.
Both of us knuckles. No, wait.
No, you
Give
gotta
them
do
two
this.
sweets.
Too sweet it.
Too
Yeah.
sweet.
I heard the door close, so
Bowen.
you wanna
Party
like
brother.
this?
Let's get this done.
Let's do it. You're done.
I'm scared of riding.
Oh,
Jordan, come and do your predictions real quick.
it's my stripper cash from earlier.
I threw him at.
Why is it all in pennies?
I had to do horrible things.
I threw pennies at him.
What?
That's all I had.
Come and do your predictions.
Come do your predictions.
So we lied. They're not predictions, Jordan.
But you can still do your predictions after we sing Happy Birthday, okay? Okay.
Hey, I just want you to know something, Jordan.
What?
You're on the air right now.
You're live on YouTube right now.
We're going to send the link out to everyone at your school, too.
Hello.
So when you get your face shoved in the cake,
Everybody can see it live on YouTube.
It's going viral, man.
Run and get my
Yeah.
phone.
What
So I
are
can
they
take a picture of the cake
doing?
free. Go get my phone.
No.
Babe, give me
I
your phone.
want to watch
okay,
this.
here. Light those. Well, hang on, never mind.
How come they're all popping?
The sparkler candles.
The other one?
Candles.
Not yet.
Wow! This is like Goldberg Pyro.
Gilbert Pyro.
Gilbert.
Breathe in the smoke.
Dun, dun,
Jordan, who would win in a fight between Goldberg and Lesnar?
Lesnar.
You think Lesnar would win?
All right, here
Yeah.
we go. You ready to do this?
I can tell you who would lose. We do.
We do.
Yeah, we all lose. All right. Light this
Babe,
table
that
on
light's
fire.
not out. Yeah,
It is now. It's off now.
Give me your phone real quick.
All right, let's go. Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Oh, you gotta capture it. There you go. Get recording. Hang on.
Ready,
Once
set.
Tim hits record.
Hold on. All
That
right.
kid.
All right, Jordan.
Go.
Happy birthday to you.
Woo!
Happy birthday to you. Woo! Happy birthday, dear Jordan. Happy birthday to you. Woo!
One more.
I can help.
Right into the microphone.
I can help.
Right? Hey, that's for perfect sound effects.
Jordan, I can help you.
There you go. Oh, right there.
Yeah, you're totally not
Alright.
kidding.
Jordan, can I help you?
Oh, man.
I can do it. If it lets
Come
me.
on.
I
There you
help
go,
you.
Savannah.
Who got the trick candles? All right, you're blowing ashes.
So we get to give you, instead of spankings, we get to give you 11 chops, right? Across your chest.
Yeah.
Alex,
I'll go get a
it's
color after
11.
that.
It's 11
All right.
each.
Fine.
Oh, 11
Fine.
chops?
Oh!
Oh!
You elbowed your sister, boy?
I think that would have been a bonus.
Watch out, honey.
All right.
Jordan,
Let's get that kick the hell out of here.
who's going to win?
Woo.
Matt, run through some predictions.
God damn it. Carmella or Becky Lynch? Or Carmella or Becky Lynch, Naomi?
Go, guys.
Against
Here's Savannah,
Natty,
stay
Eva
here,
Marie,
Jordan.
and Alexa Bliss.
I don't know. I think.
Who's hotter?
Who do you like more, man?
Who would you take out on a date more?
Who'd you take to prom?
Oh, come on. I'm not answering that right now.
I'm gonna put you down for Carmella. Cesaro, Sheamus. Go, come over here. Sit where your dad sits.
Say it loud.
Sit where your dad sits.
In a match?
Yeah. Well, they have a match on SummerSlam. So who you picking? Cesaro or Sheamus?
I'm thinking. Cesaro.
All right. The Miz or Apollo Crews?
Apollo Crews.
Oops. Enzo and Cass or Jericho and Owens?
Enzo and Cass.
Nice. New Day or the Club?
New Day.
Sasha Banks or Charlotte?
Sasha.
Nice. Rusev or Roman Reigns?
Rusev.
Rusev.
Machka.
Got a smart mark over
I would
here.
love to see Roman Reigns, but I think Rusev.
Nice.
Dang, analyzing.
Dang, it breaks it down. John
He's
Cena or
tired.
AJ Styles? You
John
get the
Cena.
shirt on, so I was gonna say. Dean Ambrose or Dolph Ziggler?
Dean.
Nice. Finn Balor or Seth Rollins?
Of course, Finn.
Nice.
Damn.
Of course,
Yes.
Finn. And Brock Lesnar or Randy Orton?
Randy Orton.
Nice. Jordan, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, bud.
Thanks.
11
Happy
years.
birthday, man.
11 years young.
much
How
is
many girlfriends you got?
None.
None.
Too sweet.
I don't want to waste your time yet.
And for the finish.
Oh! Woo!
Thanks, guys.
Even did the exit.
I got chopped.
He got the exit
chopped,
going
bro.
out. He's like, thanks, guys.
That was awesome, Jordan.
Later, Jordan.
Oh,
sir.
that's from years of being around the both of us. That's what that is, man.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
Oh, man.
Let's break down into prediction, guys.
Let's do it.
Let's get into this.
We're gonna do Ring of Honor real quick. I mean,
Alright.
I can kind of break down the card. If you want to do predictions? We
Yeah,
can.
let's do some quick predictions. I'm good with predictions.
We have a four-way contender. We have a four-way number contender match for the
There's
TV
shit
title.
everywhere.
Leo Rush, Jay White, Donovan Dijak, or Kamatachi. Whoever wins is the number one contender against whoever wins out of Bobby Fish and Mark Briscoe.
I'm going Leo Rush.
Leo Rush.
Leo Rush.
I think so too. I like.
Yeah, he had a great match, and it was a long match
Yeah.
too this week on Ring of Honor. It took up half the show.
Yeah.
And he was amazing in the match. I'm going Leo Rush.
Grudge match between the Jay Briscoe and the Adam Hangman Page.
I cannot wait for this
I
match.
love that gimmick, the Hangman.
The Hangman,
That's
yeah.
pretty
And that he does the bidding of the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
I'm going with Hangman Page.
cool. Nice.
I got Briscoe.
You got Briscoe. I got Adam Page. Split on that one. So we got Team Chaos, which consists of Rocky Romero, Trent Beretta, and Toru Yano versus Japan's Bullet Club is Yujiri Tamatongo, and great, I can't remember what I
That's
wrote.
going to be a good match.
Lowell. But I think I'm going with Team Chaos here.
I am too.
Team Chaos.
Yeah. And Silas Young against Shibata. This one I'm not really too aware of, so I'm going to just go with Silas Young.
So am I.
Yeah.
Shibata.
Shibata.
Only to be different.
Shibata bread.
Ciabatta bread.
Okada or Dalton Castle.
Dalton
the
Castle
Rainmaker.
always.
Oh my god.
I gotta go with the Rainmaker.
I should go with the Rainmaker, but Dalton Castle always.
Don Castle.
Only because Alex wants to be one of the boys.
He does want to be one of the boys.
You want to join, man?
You got a,
Sure.
we got a,
I've got the costume.
we got a triple threat tag team title match with Naoto and Evil taking on Michael Elgin and Tanahashi against the champions, The Addiction.
Oh.
I honestly think Elgin and Tanahashi are gonna get this one.
I think so too.
Yeah,
Sorry, guys. Addiction.
Addiction. So they're gonna retain, according to Alex. TV title match: Mark Briscoe or Bobby Fish.
Bobby Fish.
You got
Mark
Bobby
Briscoe.
Fish. Mark Briscoe. I got Bobby Fish retaining. And world title match: Adam Cole versus Jay Lethal.
Adam Cole, baby.
Nice.
Sorry, man. Gotta go with Lethal.
Yeah, I'm also going with Lethal.
I
so.
think it's that time. It's
Yeah.
that
Lethal's
time to
had it
start
for
kind
a
of-
year,
Yeah,
right?
I think it's that time to usher one out, and then I could see Adam Cole winning with the help of a Bullet Club somehow because you have the
yes.
entire Bullet Club
Samoa
there.
Joe held that title for like 3 years.
Yeah.
You guys are acting like it's.
I'm just saying
Wow.
you have the entire Bullet Club on that roster this week.
You
Yeah,
do.
that's true.
So chances are high that you could end up with them helping him out somehow.
Yeah.
And even if Adam Cole loses, you're going to end up with
beatdown.
a beatdown. So they had their contract
Hashtag
signing,
beat up Jay Lethal.
right? They had their contract signing this week, and it was actually really cool because Jay Lethal comes out there and he's just like super pissed during the contract signing, and Adam Cole's just egging him on, just talking shit to him.
Yeah.
They just shaved his head, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he signs the contract. And as he signs the contract, Lethal is already taking his shirt off and he's wearing just a wife beater and he sits there and looks at him. And while Adam Cole's face is still
You pulled
down.
a Cole, man.
Yeah, right? Jay Lethal just slams a pair of scissors down in front of him.
Oh.
And he looks up and Jay Lethal flips the table and starts beating the hell out of him. And
Nice.
so he gets to the scissors and he's like forcing him off of him.
Yeah.
And the Young Bucks, of course, come out for the save.
Nice.
But Jay Lethal it's all about revenge for him, and I love that they're playing that out. That it's not because he even talked about it. He said every time I've wrestled for this title, it's been about this title. He said when you had brought in an outsider such as Alberto El Patron, and you brought him in and you had him talk to me the way he did, it wasn't about defending it against an outsider. It was about this title. He said when you bring in someone like Jay Briscoe, who I hated, it wasn't about my hatred for him. It was about this title. He said every time that I went toe to toe with Roderick Strong, it was about this title.
Yeah.
And he's like, now it's about revenge. So I think they're playing that up, that his head's clouded.
Yeah.
That he's more looking out for the revenge, and that's why I could see Adam Cole probably getting that title.
Nice. Yeah.
Good point.
Good point. This happens Fridays, so if you guys.
IPPV?
Yeah,
IPPV, and then I think it's on regular pay-per-view this time
you can
around
watch
as well.
it, yeah, so you can watch it through, I think, WWN and Fight TV.
Yeah, it's on the Fight
TV app. You can order it if you have PlayStation. You can order it on the PlayStation Network.
Yep, there's that browser.
So there's plenty of ways to watch it. Friday night, guys, Death Before Dishonor. Saturday, actually a Friday night as well. Evolve is having their main event. It's Zack Sabre Jr. versus Cody Rhodes.
Nice, man.
And you can watch Evolve, I think, for $8.
Yeah, I've got to watch that too, because that's going to be a hell of a match.
Yeah.
I want to see Cody
Not
Rhodes.
only that, they have CWC showcase matches with the actual CWC guys.
So now
I don't have the match card on me. I just have the main event. But Zack Sabre Jr., Cody Rhodes. This is, I think, one of Cody Rhodes' first.
Yep.
I may want to say it's his first post WWE match.
Well, I think it's his first televised one as well. So.
Is
he
he
awesome?
Is that match so for the $8? Is that do you have to watch live or do you get playback?
You get playback. You get a month's playback.
Good, because I probably won't be able to watch it Friday night because who's off all weekend.
So, nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
I needed it with as much damn wrestling and UFC as we have going on.
Yeah.
Saturday night.
We got Takeover Brooklyn before UFC.
Yeah, so Takeover ends as UFC begins.
How cool is that, man?
Because last week we talked about like, oh fuck, what do we choose?
Yeah.
And then now I started realizing I was like, Takeover starts at 6, it ends at 8. UFC starts
usually
at 8.
Yeah, usually ends right at 8. There's very few times it's actually gone over 8.
And if it does, it's only a few minutes.
Yeah. Like
and UFC takes a little bit to get going when it fires up at 8 because they break through all the cards first before they do anything.
Yeah, the first fight's not until 8:15.
It's gonna be seamless, man.
So debuting match for Ember Moon on NXT TV.
Yes.
On Billie Kay, which I'm super excited about.
Yes.
Ember Moon. I got Ember Moon, man.
Did you see her stunner? Like
Ember
her top
Moon.
rope stunner?
The O-face?
Yeah, is that what she calls it?
Yeah.
The O-face.
That's amazing.
I don't know if they're going to call it the O-face in WWE, but that's the move she used on, that's the name she used on the Indies.
Yeah.
So,
it's got to be Ember Moon wins this.
Yeah.
Going with Ember Moon.
Sorry, Billie Kay. You look awfully pretty, though.
No. Off the purdy.
No way Jose taking on Austin Aries.
No way.
Jose. No way.
Austin Aries.
I love Aries. I'm going with No Way Jose.
Get out.
I can see that happening.
Serious. I'm being serious.
He could probably win.
I'm being serious.
He could probably win, but I'm going Aries.
Yeah, I'm going Aries as well. The Revival defending their tag team championships against Gargano and Ciampa.
Gargano and Ciampa.
Yeah.
Gargano and Ciampa. I think the Revival's getting brought up. I could see them being put on
because SmackDown I think needs a little bit more depth.
They definitely need more depth in the tag team.
So does Raw though. Either group needs some more depth.
I would like them on SmackDown because American Alpha is there, and I felt like they had good chemistry while they were on NXT.
That's a good storyline going into that. Like just talking about like picking up right where they left off in NXT, which wasn't even that long ago.
But that being said, as well too, I would like to see them on Raw because they are that high level, high intensity tag team, just like American Alpha,
right?
And the Raw brand could benefit from that as well. So either way,
it's
they
don't mesh in.
They're gonna fit in great on either way,
Yeah.
and I think it's about time to bring them up, especially if you're bringing in somebody like James Storm, if he is possibly going to NXT and he does make a tag team with Bobby Roode. Then you have a high-level tag team there that could replace the Revival easily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's a seamless transition going on.
Great point, great thought, but you're wrong. Revival's winning.
Oh, snap.
You were just waiting.
After all that.
I saw that. Like the look in your eyes, you're just waiting.
CN Almas
Shut up.
CN Almas taking on Bobby Roode in his debut match.
Bobby Roode, right?
Bobby Roode.
Yeah.
Gotta go with Bobby Roode across the board. It's kind of funny because I think CN Almas he's only been there for maybe like 2 months, right? And
he's not doing anything.
they're not really like.
He's okay, but
I feel like they're definitely missing the.
They need to do something a little bit heavier.
Yeah.
So maybe if he has this blown out, just match of the year, it might be a good, fit for him. That'd be a good push, good way to get him over without having him win that match. So fingers crossed that happens. But of course, we're going with. Does Bobby Roode not have the best entrance music?
It's really good.
Automatically, yes.
And the glorious bombs add to it.
Yes. There was a great article on WWE.com today, which is a horrible website.
It's their website.
As far as
Style
build,
is
as far as
terrible.
build, whatever, I feel like it's like 1990s NBA.com.
Yeah.
HTML based.
It is awful.
But great interview article with the CFO who does all
Yes,
this.
I saw
and it's a really in-depth article, and they talk like one-on-one about certain.
You know
they
what?
Talk about that one.
You know what?
Glorious.
If you want to get away from it, I did not see it on WWE.com. It is on the app.
Oh, nice.
So if you want to get away from the terrible website, just find it on the app.
Horrible website, WWE.
I remember the last time I went to that website. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing.
man.
Like, why is the ESPN section of WWE
They're doing a better job
much better
than their own
than
people.
WWE's own website?
Yeah,
which is
exactly.
Absurd.
And the Bleacher Report one, and that one's a shitty website.
It was, and now it's, I don't know, but yeah, it's horrible. Whoever designed that. Women's match for the NXT Championship. Asuka taking on Bayley.
Asuka.
Asuka.
Yeah, Asuka all the way, right? Because Bayley's going to be making that debut sometime.
She's got to
soon,
get
right?
called up, yeah.
Well, I think we kind of like predicted maybe she get called up sometime in September, so this would definitely be...
this falls in line with that.
This would definitely be that time. And Samoa Joe defending his NXT title against Nakamura.
God, I can't wait for that match.
I am at a like middle of the line here, like as far as who would win.
Nakamura.
But
You going Nakamura?
You going Nakamura?
I'm going Nakamura.
I'm saying
They're playing up the emotions of Joe.
yeah.
Like Joe's letting Nakamura get to him. And I really feel like we're at that point where we could lose Joe to the main roster. Nakamura taking this title is a great transition. And with the huge influx of guys we have coming into NXT right now, it's a good trade out. If you take Samoa Joe out, if we get him called up, it makes sense because we're not making the show TNA anymore.
Yeah.
Because you expect that now, especially if we have...
It was getting there for a while. It was very
and then we
TNA.
still have that idea that maybe Eric Young
Young
is out there
I'm
somewhere.
not saying that like it was TNA in general, but just as far as guys on the roster, it's feeling very TNA.
And that's how it feels right now. We've got 3 major TNA guys on that roster right now. And you have a 4th possibly coming in and a 5th hanging in the wings somewhere. So I feel like ushering him out and bringing in like Roddy Strong to take over a major role in that is enough. It's enough to shake things up.
Yep.
And Joe should be, I mean, we can all agree here, Joe should be on either one of Raw or SmackDown. Probably Raw.
Yep.
Joe is that main event caliber guy. Joe and AJ were the household names of TNA. Back when TNA was TNA, when it was in its prime, those were the household names.
That's why you knew what TNA was because of guys like AJ
They were your Rock and Austin.
and Samoa Joe. It was because of them, like who put TNA on the map. I remember watching pay-per-view commercials while I was waiting for the porno channel to come in clear. But you'd see the promos for TNA.
You waited a long time, didn't you?
Yeah, I waited a real long time, like 2:15 in the morning. You would see the commercials for TNA, and it's like, who were they advertising for the TNA?
AJ Styles.
AJ Styles with a shell necklace and Samoa Joe.
They would advertise them as the best wrestler in the world.
Yep.
No matter what, they're like, the best wrestler is here in TNA.
Yep.
And AJ Styles was like doing amazing things. This is back when TNA was doing their shows once every Friday or every other Friday for like what, $10?
Yeah, they were doing
$10
pay-per-views.
a week. Yeah. It was a great model there.
And we bought them. We bought every one of them.
We did watch them, so. Jeremy's got Nakamura.
I have nothing else to add. Every single point he made, I agree with. I'm going with Nakamura.
You're going Nakamura. I am going with Mojo.
Are you?
Yeah. I feel like it's not just like. I think Samoa Joe walks away with the title as far as leaving the match. If we're predicting like who wins, I think like this is like a good time to put like a no finish.
Yeah.
And that crowd will be hot and heated for something like Joe, and Nakamura to go to like a DQ or something like that. And like
we could see a rematch
Nakamura can still hit a Kinshasa, in the night. But I feel like Joe's gonna retain this title. I feel like
possibly. I don't think it's over for him immediately.
I feel like with all the heat and hype Samoa Joe has gotten since beating Finn Balor, like he wasn't given the justification.
This is a tough one to pick.
Of beating him. Yeah, I mean, how do you? I mean, for the simple fact that we're getting Samoa Joe and Shinsuke Nakamura in a freaking NXT match. This is supposed to be the minor leagues, which is insane.
Yeah.
But now we're like, it's full blown. Like, hey, this is a freaking main event.
It's 2 of the best wrestlers in the world. You've got one who was at the top of TNA, one who was at the top of New Japan.
Yeah.
And they're meeting in WWE. What the fuck is happening?
It's insane. It's
like
this is pretty awesome.
This is real life, right?
It's a fever dream of a match, is it not?
Yeah.
Like, all we have to do is have some crazy special guest referee. Like, fucking, I don't even know who to name. Jay Lethal is a special guest referee. Like, you bring all 3 worlds. You've got Ring of Honor, TNA, and New Japan.
Daniel Bryan.
Yes.
Daniel Bryan would be that special ref.
Yeah.
Because he trained Nakamura. Him and Joe had crazy feuds in Ring of Honor.
So did you catch that this week where Did you get to watch the interview between Nakamura and Joe?
No, I did not watch.
Joe brought it up. He said, because they asked, does he respect Nakamura? He's like, I respect what he does in the ring. He's like, that guy came and trained in my dojo in California. And he goes, your dojo? And he's like, yes, my dojo. And he goes, never happened. Joe just gets heated. He was like so pissed off.
Never happened.
He's like, not your dojo.
I love Nakamura on the mic. Like for like the little bit that he didn't know what to do.
Did you see him steal Joe's nose?
No, I was just gonna bring that up, man.
Yeah.
Do that to Joe's nose.
Oh, that was so great.
That was good. SummerSlam has 11 matches so far on the main card.
5 hours.
5 hours.
So 3-hour show and a 2-hour pre-show.
I was gonna say what time? A 2-hour pre-show.
Yep, they just announced a couple
And
days
all
ago.
these matches are actually pretty decent.
Well, you've got to do something. It's got to be a major because it's our first combined.
This is our summer WrestleMania.
And it's your first combined show.
Yep.
And you've got to set the bar to move forward for separate shows as well.
Yeah.
So, which that same weekend we get CM Punk debuting in UFC. The next night is Backlash.
Oh, that's the first.
Which is the first SmackDown only pay-per-view.
Okay.
Carmella, Becky Lynch, Naomi against Natty, Eva Marie, and Alexa Bliss.
Does Eva Marie even make it to this match?
Yeah, she does.
Did you see what happened this week?
Yeah.
That was
Stuck in traffic.
Guys, I love what's going on with Eva Marie.
Me too.
They found it.
Yeah.
They figured it out. It took a new batch of writers, but they figured it out. And it took the new batch of Raw writers to figure out Roman Reigns. We are living in a time where we're actually enjoying what Eva Marie is doing
and Roman Reigns
is doing. I text messaged our friend TJ, and I told him, I said, I love what they're doing with Eva Marie because it feels like something you, me, and Matt would sit down and write.
Yeah.
Like, it is something just off the wall ridiculous that we would say, and what if she didn't show up this week because of this?
Because of traffic.
I loved that entrance. So beautiful. So Eva Marie will not be here tonight because she is stuck in traffic. Like that was great. And then she shows up.
Yeah.
Like,
and they start playing her music again with the whole intro and everything.
Middle of the match.
Yeah.
It's great. Like,
it is. It's
like this. She's not like this character isn't aware that like there's a match going on right now. Like,
she doesn't care.
Up there, yeah.
She doesn't care, and that's what makes it better. Like, it is a great character. Yeah. She may still suck in the ring. I'm not doubting that.
Wait, she does suck in the ring, but
they're making this work.
You have to make up for it in other aspects, and
they are.
Make her a great heel. I'm not going as far as to say that I love what they're doing with her, but they're doing a good job.
I'm not saying that I'm enjoying her. I love creative.
They're taking a turd sandwich and making it into a turd casserole.
Yeah. Well, they're doing exactly what we've said they should do: is lean heavy into the natural heat.
Yeah.
I mean, if the fans hate them, lean heavy into that. Let's make them hate them even more.
Exactly.
Yeah. So no, like I'm enjoying it. I thought it was really funny last night on SmackDown. Like,
yeah. I
was like, well, you got me. You bitch, you got me. Damn you guys. Damn it. I laughed. I had a good chuckle at that one. I was like, bastards.
Bastards.
Good.
You trolls, you got me.
What'd you think of Naomi's new entrance?
I like it.
I dug it.
It was pretty interesting,
I dug
isn't
it, yeah.
My wife's like, her teeth are so white. I'm like, no, she had
glowing stuff on her teeth.
She had so much booty in the pants.
Dude, God, yes.
I'm going with Team Natty here, because...
You going for a heel?
Yeah, I'm going heel. I
can see that,
look
too.
at this team, like this team here, Natty, Eva Marie, and Alexa Bliss. And we're pushing hard for Eva Marie to be this top heel.
That's the thing, yeah.
And we're pushing hard for Alexa Bliss to maybe be that second-tier top heel. Especially with the girls being so new and whatnot. Natty is a great teacher of this. She did it the other way before with the Paige and great, I can't remember, but it was Paige and Becky Lynch.
Yeah,
she would team with them. Now she's doing it with the other girls as far as teaching them how to be heels, basically. And Natty's a great teacher with that, so I'm gonna have to go with that team.
It's got to be one of two things: either the heels win this, or Eva Marie cost it for the heels by not showing up on time.
I would feel if Eva Marie was going to cost this match for the team, she would have been booked as a babyface.
Yeah.
And she would have cost the match for Team Carmella, Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
And then that's how that would happen.
How about, what if she shows up late and just somehow secures the pin?
Oh, that's...
Like, she's not even in the match. She shows up towards the end. She makes the pin. Like, that makes total sense, right? And that gets her, like,
a
million
heel
like points.
She's the third outsider?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's the third man? Whose side is she on?
That's what's going to happen, though, right? Like, that's got to be the finish. That has to be the finish. Like, something happens, wardrobe malfunction, whatever the hell it may be, pyro malfunction.
She forgot her gear or something.
And she shows up at the end and
she
makes
will not
pin.
be here due to lack of nipple double tape.
No, there's enough of that going around, I'm sure. But I'm going heels on this one, too.
Heels.
I'm going then team.
You got Alex.
I got the Becky Lynch's team. I think Eva Marie's gonna cost. I don't think she's showing up.
He's voting with his heart or his boner.
Both.
You want to see?
We're not that rated
We'll
R.
get kicked off of YouTube here. Cesaro Sheamus, who you got?
This is match number 1 in a best of 7 series.
Yeah, this is awesome.
So, and this is something they should do more often. You know, we would have probably enjoyed the Dolph Ziggler Baron Corbin feud if it would have been booked as a best of 7, and there would have
I
been.
think we still got it. They just never announced it that way.
By the way, guys, this is the best of 7. You already have 5 matches.
I'm going Sheamus on this.
You going Sheamus?
Yeah, with it being a number 1 match,
yeah,
I think Sheamus takes it. I think Cesaro takes it overall.
Yeah, because he's won 3 in a row, right?
Yeah. So I think it's got to be Sheamus right now.
I'm going with Sheamus also.
Across the board, Sheamus. Get a jam.
Just right,
going.
jam.
Yeah.
Jam.
Your kids picked Cesaro. The Miz defending his championship, his Intercontinental Championship against Apollo Crews. Retains?
Yeah, he retains.
Oh, nice. We're live.
That's the outro. We're supposed to be done by now.
Are we getting cued off?
We're getting cued off.
It's just it's like a comic being played off stage.
That's great. Most of our shows have been ending at that time. I've got the mute.
I got Miz.
You got the Miz?
I got Miz.
I'm going with Apollo Crews on this one.
Are you?
I'm
You think
going
Apollo
with your
Crews?
kids, yeah. I like what the Miz is doing. I feel like a switch up. I'm not saying that Apollo Crews is going to be a long-term champion, but I feel like this is a title that Miz is going to get back, to go back and forth. He's done really well in this card.
And it would kind of make sense with the new era.
I think he'd be even a bigger heel if he loses and gets it back sneakily handed 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like we're going to be moving back into where titles kind of hot, especially the mid card ones.
Yeah.
When you have so much talent, you have so many shows going on.
Right.
I feel like having those titles being able to change a little bit more easily on this show would make a little bit more sense, especially when you have something like No Mercy and Backlash and all these shows coming up. So I feel like the Miz is going to lose this one. I feel like white book Apollo Crews in this if you're probably just not going to do anything with them afterwards, because I feel like they weren't doing anything with them since WrestleMania, and it's just I
still feel they brought him up a little too early.
Yeah, we need to do something with this guy because we did make that mistake. Yeah. I mean, I feel like they kind of made a mistake with Apollo Crews bringing him up so early.
Yeah, it was. And it just wasn't that it was early. It's just there was no build.
I don't think
it was hurry up and wait.
There was no build. He just showed up on Raw, the night after. Which, okay, I mean, we didn't get any promos for you. Granted, they did that a year before with Neville, but look at how much Neville has accomplished since he's been on the Raw roster. And I feel like
he grew a beard.
He grew a beard. He broke his ankle and grew a beard. So we just gotta wait for Apollo Crews to break something and shave his beard.
Yeah. No, he shaved his beard, yeah.
Or does he, whatever he has.
I don't know, whatever.
I don't know. So I'm going with Apollo Crews on this one. I feel like they got to do something with him. Giving him this title is nice. Mm-hmm. This is something they kind of do for younger guys.
I see what you're saying, and I hope you're right.
Yeah, so.
I see as much as they're playing out how long Miz is holding this. And that's why. Well,
he's held on to it for quite a while.
It could be one or two ways. They're either playing it up for him to hold it more.
He's the only person to hold a title since WrestleMania except for New Day.
Yep. Or they're playing it up for him to. If you play up how long he's held it, it's more devastating when he loses it.
Yeah.
So it could go either way. I think this match is pretty split down the middle.
When you think about most guys who hold titles from WrestleMania have already lost them by SummerSlam, and if they haven't, SummerSlam is the night that they do lose them.
Yep.
So that's how I look at it. Big Cass and Enzo taking on Jericho and Owens.
Cass and Enzo. No, Jericho and Owens.
I was gonna say, I was gonna be really surprised that you weren't picking them.
Yeah, I'm picking Jericho and Owens. I see a heel team could win this.
I'm going with Jericho and Owens.
We got a jam going on.
I like them as a tag team, man.
Yeah. Dude, I hope they keep this up a long time.
How great was their promo this week?
It was beautiful.
And they referred to Todd Phillips as everything other than Todd or Phillips.
Yeah.
At one point they called him Chains. That made me back the hell up.
I lost every bit of it.
I like the fact that Tom Phillips is so tall that they make him
I guess I said Todd, didn't I? I don't even know his real name now.
They make him do splits so that he's actually smaller than Jericho and Owens.
Yeah.
So if you go back to the Instagram, you can actually see it. And there's they call it a Tomspiracy.
Tomspiracy.
Yeah.
Because he's doing splits to be shorter than them.
Because Vince doesn't want him to be taller than the guys.
That's great.
It's hilarious. Go on the WWE Instagram and check that out. We got the New Day defending their tag team titles against the Club. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson.
Just going back to that last one, do we feel like they missed the boat by not referring to him as Philip Thompson?
Philip Thompson.
I mean, that would have been great, right?
Yeah.
Philip Thompson.
So New Day versus the Club?
Yeah. Is it time? Does New Day finally lose these titles?
I think it's time.
Yeah.
They're getting in their head, and Xavier's pretty worked up over this whole turn postitis or ring postitis.
Ring postitis.
That's a great gimmick for them.
It is.
Like, as cheesy as it is, it plays off really well.
I'm super surprised that the club hasn't won these titles yet.
Yeah.
Being that they were brought in, you know,
as legitimate as they are.
Yeah, you know, like world renowned tag team titles. These guys dominated Japan, but they can't.
I think they would have had they not been tied up in the whole AJ Styles storyline.
Well, I feel like
back.
That faction was a little bit more devastating as far as the things that they've done. Like, you know, do some more Shield-esque beatdowns. You know, there was a time when like Shield was doing stuff and they were untouchable.
Yep.
No one could touch the Shield, and maybe that's blasphemous to me to like say Shield, like, you know, let them do what the Shield did. But I think if you're going to bring in a guy like, you know, basically Bullet Club,
they needed to be.
They needed to be really devastating, and I feel like they really like. The first week that they have a match with the Usos, like they're jobbing out. I mean, they won the match, but they're still getting like kicked in the face and jobbing out with super kicks.
They kicked their ass.
Yeah, I'm going with the club.
You going club?
Yep. I'm
going with club as well. I think, and they brought this up. New Day's been tag team champs in SummerSlam of last year.
Yep.
Yeah. When was the last time a tag team held the titles for that long? It's been
a long damn time.
Legion of Doom days, maybe.
I feel like. I can't even remember.
They're the longest reigning tag team ever.
I could sit here and try to think about it, but who cares? Sasha Banks and Charlotte.
Sasha Banks. Yeah.
I can see to say that.
I can see Charlotte getting it back.
Yeah.
But I don't know if now's the time.
Yeah.
You know how much I love Sasha Banks. I'm going with Charlotte.
Oh wow, that's amazing. I mean, you're always posting like the same Snapchats as Sasha every day. I gotta go with Sasha Banks. I feel like, you know, she's gonna have like, you know, not a long reign like Charlotte. I see Charlotte getting this. I see Charlotte getting this title back eventually.
Yeah.
Because they're playing it up to be like, they did that article about her wanting to be the, you know, most dominating women's wrestler, and she does a great job. You know, for someone who didn't go into basically training as a wrestler.
You love her ripping Dana Brooke's ass backstage this week?
Yes.
And how good did Dana Brooke look with like no makeup?
She looked better.
Yeah. She looked like a normal person.
Yeah.
Not a fake Barbie doll?
Why didn't she just come out like that all the time?
So much,
I was going to bring this up real quick. What if we see, you know, of course Dana... Hey, no,
hold on.
Damn it. Dana's going to be in Charlotte's corner, right? What if we see Bayley show up and...
that'd be cool. I like that idea.
That could kind of... Even the odds.
Even the
actually,
odds
but Dana is banned from Brookside.
From Brookside.
What's
chocolate? Brookside, California.
That's that Brookside is that chocolate
Robbie
fruit
Brookside.
combo.
That's what teacher from NXT.
Yeah, because she's banned. Remember, she had that match with.
I don't know.
She beat Dana.
So instead, we had talked about her building some sort of 4 horsewoman feud. What if another woman? So Dana Brooke is banned, and then we had this moment on Raw where Charlotte ripped her ass backstage and said, "I will find someone to replace you."
Yeah.
We get someone else. We have to, right? Like,
yeah.
That just makes total sense.
I mean, that's what I've been pushing.
Charlotte gets somebody else to help her, and then we probably get a Charlotte win. Like, I'm still going with Sasha because that's what I want.
Yeah.
But it makes sense. It makes sense that someone else shows up to replace Dana Brooke. Like, it's a good heel way of, you know what? You banned Dana Brooke. You didn't ban this person.
It's a good idea.
That is a good idea.
Could happen.
Yeah, I know Emma's far from recovering, but I think Emma would be a good fit.
Who could you bring up from NXT? Anybody?
Besides Bayley.
Besides Bayley, though. Anybody heelish, though. I don't think there's anybody heelish that you could bring up.
Asuka.
What if somebody comes back? There was... What rumors? Mickey James was rumored to come back.
Mickey James.
Victoria was rumored to come back. Like, so there's a ton of different options.
So you bring Victoria in and she's like the Arn Anderson because she's the old one.
Yeah. It would make total sense. Not only that, she's the muscle.
Yeah.
It's true.
Because she's more. I mean, her physical stature is bigger than either one of those. Even Dana Brooke, who's a powerlifter and a Miss Universe, whatever the hell she is.
We're all missing this, but
Tamina. Yes.
Yeah.
We called her Lady Diesel for a long time for a reason.
Yeah. Good call, man.
Tamina would make total sense.
Yes.
And we haven't seen her in the draft at all. Did she get drafted?
Nope.
Tamina makes total sense.
Yeah.
Or is Alicia Fox on that roster?
Alicia Fox wrestled on Raw.
So she could possibly be it too. We saw her come back.
Yep.
She did, right?
Yeah.
So that's got to be the storyline, right?
Yep.
Like,
Yeah, no,
It makes
that's
sense. It writes itself.
You
It's a
brought
good
it up.
point.
You brought it up, and you said like, I will find somebody else. And you bring up a great point. You banned Dana. You did not ban this person.
Exactly, because
And
Charlotte's
if
gonna.
She's done with her dad, with Rick.
It's a Ric Flair move, though, right? For her to do that, it's a
definitely.
total Ric Flair move.
Definitely, yeah.
It makes it writes itself. It's got it.
Someone
Put me down for
write me-
Charlotte. Change me to Charlotte. I've talked myself into it.
All right, I'll take you up. Now you're a Sag. But I'm saying Tamina re-debut.
That would make sense, right? For her to come back.
Poor Tamina is like the lady Big Show.
She is, right?
She's like goes and gone, does whatever. She just does whatever they want her to do. Roman Reigns going up against Rusev for the United States Championship.
I actually want Roman to win.
Yeah,
It's crazy
Do you
how
feel
that
like
works.
maybe Monday though was kind of just like a telltale, like who's gonna win?
Yeah, Rusev's definitely
Yeah,
winning, right?
so-
After that?
yeah.
After Roman wins clean?
Yeah,
Like
big
it's-
time clean.
Yeah. It's got to be Rusev, right?
Yeah.
Yep, I'm going with Rusev.
I wondered why Rusev should have lost. If Rusev would have cheated somehow in that match,
Get a cheap.
because it was all about Lana's honor.
Yes.
So why not just beat the shit out of him? The match doesn't
Why
matter. Your
not
belt's
go-
not on the line.
Yeah, why not go all out? Like I think there's some times where
Try to cripple him before your title match.
there's a lot of times where they don't really think about the script that they've written.
Right.
Like they have their script of words that they want them to say, but as far as like predicting what kind of action, maybe they should actually go over that
Yeah.
with the guys.
Yeah.
And like, hey, we're doing this, so let's kind of keep it like in the storyline. Like,
Yeah.
like your actions match your words.
Because it's about her honor. It has
Yeah.
nothing to do. That should have either been booked as
Why
a street
not-
fight, or you should have been DQ'd.
And he beat him with the spear. Why not have Rusev recover and attack him post match?
Yep.
And do something like where he's standing tall, still up in the Raw.
Rusev, even if he wins Sunday, he should have been standing tall
Yeah,
on Raw.
that's
And
it.
there's nothing wrong with that match. That match was great. I
it was a
loved
good
that
match.
match. It was fun. But I just question not having Rusev, because if you're going all out, then Lana is left. Oh, and speaking of Lana, you watched the Divas moment. Did you catch her break her character?
Yeah, that's what I told,
He
told
told
Alex.
me-
I was like,
Yeah.
it's the first time she's broken character on TV.
Yep.
Yeah.
I heard her.
Wow,
It was a split second. She said like
Did
three
you not
words.
freak out? Like for a second, you're like,
I
total,
froze.
Like,
I
I was
wasn't.
like total California girl.
Yeah.
I'm not like in a derogatory manner, but like, like
It was not Russian.
It was
by
not
any
Russian.
means.
It felt how out of place did that feel to
Yep.
see her, because we have seen her for 3 solid years
Yeah.
at least talking on TV in that Russian accent, and I had not once
Her
seen
Snapchat.
Her
She's
in Russian.
constantly.
She is
yeah.
constantly in character. She did
She has been
TMZ.
pretty damn good about keeping
TMZ
kayfabe.
in character.
Yep.
Great. She does great stuff. So, to me that was kind of like weird, but I'm glad because they were kind of like breaking it down
Yeah.
as far as
It was just kind of
the
jarring.
real people before,
Yeah.
who they were before, and yeah.
It was kind of jarring.
I told Alan, I told him
Yeah.
on the way, I was like, that was so weird to hear her talk like just
Yeah.
in a normal voice, but. Because I, for a legit moment, like was like, okay, she's Russian. This is her real voice, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I knew she wasn't actually.
Yeah, I knew
born
she
in
was a
Russia.
California girl, and she was just spent time. She spent time in
in
Russia
Russia.
because
Yeah.
her dad was in the military, right?
Yeah.
It's just weird. It was kind of weird.
It's just, I think that attributes to how good of a character she puts on TV.
Yeah, because she portrays it really well.
Yeah.
So
It's
we got-
like, I guess if you were to meet Rick from The Walking Dead,
Yeah.
who does this
and
great
he's super
like,
British.
Southern character,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He
You
has,
see him
he
on.
has that
You see him
drawl.
on Talking Dead.
Yeah.
And he's totally
like-
British accent. I was like,
You're
who
like,
are you?
who is
There's
this
like two
guy?
different
It's
people.
fucking Jack Gallagher.
Yeah. So, John Cena versus AJ Styles. Who you guys got?
Can't wait.
Beat up John Cena, right? AJ.
Hashtag beat up John Cena.
And AJ's not going to be alone. Like, we're crossing paths with the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
And they said that they weren't splitting up. That they were just going on different brands.
Yeah.
Like,
They're
the Bullet
just-
Club's
they're-
got to be there to help beat up John
Expanding
Cena,
over
right?
brands is what they said.
It makes total sense that if they're going to cross paths, that they show up and help AJ somehow.
Exactly.
That they get involved in this match.
AJ Styles.
So AJ, all the way.
I have AJ going over as well because rumor is John Cena will be taking a little bit of a break.
Yep.
So I think it's a great time to take a break, especially post SummerSlam. Let SmackDown kind of build, without you, and you can come back, still be a top guy. And a lot of guys have been able to build their character as far as who's a top guy. And Cena's even said himself he wants somebody there to take his spot. Like he doesn't want to leave it and
Yeah.
wait for somebody to
Yeah.
take his spot. He wants somebody to take his spot now so that it's in good hands. And that just goes to show you, like, Cena's a pretty cool guy.
He
Like,
sure is, man.
he's just like, he's there to see. He's going to be involved in WWE forever.
So what role is Jon Stewart playing?
I don't know. That's very interesting to see him come back.
Yeah.
Well, you know how he screwed over Cena last
So is he
year?
gonna screw
What if
over-
he does the same thing?
What if he screws
Screws
over?
over and somehow helps
But
AJ Styles.
he's Seth Rollins' boy though, so I kind of
Comes out wearing a Bullet Club shirt?
He's gonna show up. I think he's gonna show up during the main, or not the main event, but
Yeah.
Finn Balor and Seth Rollins match and mess
mess
with
with
Balor.
You think? I hope
I kind
not.
of feel like he's.
I hope
gonna do it.
not. I hope he's there just for quick comedic relief. I don't want anybody involved in the.
And New
that
York
match.
loves him, so whatever
Well, wait.
Stewart does
I
there,
may want people involved in that match, just not Jon Stewart.
Stewart, whatever
Hold that
Stewart,
thought.
Jon Stewart does there, no matter heel or babyface, they're gonna cheer him no matter what.
Yeah, exactly.
Because remember the pop he got when he hit
When they hit Cena with the chair?
Yeah,
The
exactly.
crowd loved it. They're like, "Thank you, John." So
great.
going to that match, Finn Balor and Seth Rollins. So you guys got winning the inaugural, becoming the
Universal.
inaugural WWE Universal Champion. Did you see the shots fired by Shane McMahon on Instagram with the U
The
Championship?
U Championship is the big
U.
U.
No, I didn't
You
see
gotta
that.
see that. It's
Yeah.
hilarious, dude.
Great.
I don't like this feud.
Finn Balor and Seth Rollins.
I don't like this.
It's
feud.
not enough build.
It's not built correctly.
Yeah, I feel a lot of these matches weren't built correctly.
This match has been built
I
as a shitty situation for Finn Balor.
I was coming into the show. I pulled up the match card, and I honestly was like, how did these matches get built?
Yeah. Well, it's just this match. Can we all agree this is a match that Seth Rollins should win?
Should
Like traditionally, he should win this match.
I think it's
But
right,
you have
yeah.
put Finn Balor in a position where that character cannot lose.
especially the demon
The
character.
If you're going to
character.
build up, if you build up that demon character only to be
Beat.
demolished and to lose on his first match, you have tarnished that character entirely. And I don't think that it's soon enough for Finn Balor either. But he has to win. I'm going Finn Balor because the way that it's been built, like he has to win that.
Yeah.
Like it is a shitty situation. If he wins, great, he wins. But if he loses, if they book him to lose, it's going to be devastating. I guarantee he'll come back from it. But
It's not a good way to
not
start
a good
your
way to-
main
yeah.
roster.
should we
career.
have had
Somebody
the demon
else.
on Raw?
No, not at all. They
We should have had the
waited.
demon teased in some way,
Like a
on
vignette
Raw.
or
even just have him show up.
We just even done the lights and the smoke.
Yeah.
And have Seth engulfed in the ring and then have him pop
and
up.
then the
on
lights come back on and
Have
Finn
him
stand in the
like,
ring,
have
but not in
the-
the paint.
Or have him in the just at the
have
ramp.
the demon on the screen
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
Just have him standing at the ramp with his arms up
Mm-hmm.
and just staring at Finn Balor, and you go out like that. And why was that not that? Why was that segment not what ended the show?
Yeah. It was in the middle of
The
the show.
booking of that was terrible.
It was. It was.
It
It
made
was-
no sense.
It was a bad go home. We didn't even talk about individual shows this week.
Right.
but it
Well,
was
we
a
normally
bad-
do in the breakdown. We break down Raw and
It,
SmackDown
it was
during
a bad. It was a bad go
It
home
was.
Raw.
It
The
made no
booking,
sense
yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
It was Raw was all over the place. You had that in the middle. It should have been at the end.
Yep.
That should have been what went off. And like I understand we've got to bring Finn Balor and we've got to bring the Demon to Raw because we do, believe it or not, still have people who are not paying $9.99 for the network and have not ever seen the Demon.
Demon King.
So here we are. We've got to introduce them to the Demon, and we've got to show why this match is so important. So yes, it was needed that Finn Balor came out. But I don't think the stare down, and I don't think the interaction in the ring was needed.
No.
I think we would have been better off with just a stare down from the ramp
Yeah.
down to the ring or something.
The crowd did not help the situation.
No, that crowd was terrible to the point that one of them is now arrested.
Yeah, they tried to stab Seth Rollins.
They said it's still not confirmed that he had a knife,
Yeah.
but he did bite a security guard on the way out. So he was arrested for criminal trespass and assault. So, and his name was on the internet. So
Was
if you
it?
want to go find him and bash him.
I
But
was like, what the hell, man?
that crowd
This
was
is-
terrible.
It was, yeah.
That Raw almost didn't come off either because they lost power earlier in the day because of a major storm in Corpus Christi.
I heard about that.
So I mean, they did the best they could with what
Yeah.
they had.
Yeah.
But I question the booking. Like I even feel if we ended up with Balor in the ring at the end, if as long as you went off air with that, it still would have had a bigger impact. But it was just disjointed.
You're not the only one to agree. I mean, people are writing on the YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely agreeing with you.
So yeah, I'm gonna go Balor.
You going Balor?
Yeah, because I don't. It is a lose-lose situation for him. Or I mean, it's a must-win situation. He's got to win it, right?
I feel that way, but I always felt as soon as Seth was announced for this title match, he was going to win it.
But
But I guess the fact that it's so expected of Seth to win this, then maybe he disappoints
yeah.
the higher ups. So now I'm going with Finn
And then
Balor.
that ends up with something with him and Trips.
Yeah. Which I think the long time rumor was supposed to be Chips versus
Seth
Rollins at
Yeah.
SummerSlam, and we got this instead. Which, I mean, as far as like
Now,
at first hearing it, super excited for. I was really surprised they brought the Demon out so quickly because the Demon, I think, took a while for him to come out in NXT.
you want the out there theory that Travis probably would have brought to the table
Do it.
tonight if he was here? You have the entire Bullet Club almost on the roster.
Yep.
Everybody that is in WWE that was in the Bullet Club are on that show.
Styles.
Is
Balor.
this?
You think we get a Balor Club started?
I thought that was the whole point.
Yeah, so did I, right?
So like I thought
Especially still advertising his Balor Club in his entrance.
I thought that was the
That's gonna
whole
be-
point
yep.
of of Finn being brought up to the main roster and being on the same show as Gallows and Anderson. Like, let's bust out this Balor Club.
Here's
finally.
my thought. You want to know how you get Balor over and have him lose?
Huh.
Seth is the leader of the Bullet Club.
The new club.
They joined Seth
Seth
Rollins.
joins the club,
Yeah.
and they help Seth. I mean, Seth's got to win dirty. The only way for Finn Balor to walk out of this
Not
and
look weak.
lose is for him to lose underhandedly.
Yeah.
I'm a damn cat.
It's Finn. It's your
Yeah,
cat.
my
Finn.
cat's name is Finn.
Is that right?
It's Adventure Time and wrestling.
Ready to make
so.
his entrance.
And someone else. Doesn't your brother have a pet named Finn?
His
Eric?
dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
One
Finn.
of his dogs. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw it posted that.
But Finn is from Adventure Time. So.
Well, see, that was the thing too. My kids love Adventure Time and they love
Adventure Time.
wrestling, so they just went with Finn.
Finn.
Yeah, it went all
Works
the way
out
around.
perfectly.
Alex, you got?
Well, that was gonna be part of my prediction. I'm going out with the limb,
Fucking
and I'm
lie.
saying
Say you
I'm
s-
serious.
say I
No, if you
stole it.
notice, the club started adding red to their gear.
Yeah, we pointed that out a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
That they did
so
start wearing red.
I'm going out on a limb. I say they help Finn Balor
They
win the
help
belt.
Finn?
Yep.
Everybody's picking
So I'm
Finn
going with
Balor to
Finn
win.
Balor.
Everybody picks Finn Balor to win.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Finn Balor, but if he loses, it's got to be with help from.
With help from-
Yeah, and we're not getting the Shield to help Rollins.
What about J&J Security?
I love James.
Been a while since we've seen them. Somebody brought that up. Seth does like bald-headed security. Okay, in one match, I don't know if this is gonna be the main event or not. Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton.
God, and I thought we were done.
I know,
predicting.
Yeah.
right? It's a long prediction.
Lesnar.
I'm winded, man. You're going with Lesnar?
Actually, you know what? I don't know, man. I really don't know. Like they're booked so even right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is kind of a weird.
I would say
disagreeing-
Randy Orton, especially if we're talking about because the rumor is that he's getting traded to Raw.
Raw.
Yeah.
So I think him winning would help that. But again, do you want the cover athlete of your game that comes out in a month?
To
And
lose?
right about a month and a half almost? Do you want your cover athlete losing? And because that's going to be the last time we see him before the game comes out.
Yeah.
So you have no way to redeem that either. So
I hate that. Like that's how we have to
Yeah.
structure stuff now. You know what I mean? Like.
it's all marketing.
So-and-so's the
I mean,
face
come
and
on.
face of this. Are you going to do it this time? They're in a movie.
I almost feel like this is a no contest too.
Yeah.
Like we could end up with this.
I feel
they
like-
get counted out, beating the shit out of each
This
other.
was listed as the main event on Wikipedia, but I feel like this is probably going to be a mid card, maybe like to break things up a little bit. I mean, there's been plenty of times where Brock has not been in the main event at a show,
Right.
so I'm going Randy Orton on this.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm going Orton. I'll be the first to say it, Orton.
I think I'm going to go with Orton because it just you want to put stock in him if you're going to trade him off to another roster.
I'm going with Brock. Brock Lesnar.
We got a viewer, Bowder87 says, I see a double count out and Randy brings back the punt. I would love.
Oh God!
I would love to see.
I would
the
love to
punt.
see the punt and the
Alex is
curb
the only
stomp.
one who picked
Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar, and I believe Alex went 100% last time
You did.
at Battleground.
I did. You guys
You
brought it
went-
up.
you
I was
went
like, holy
100%,
shit.
so-
So we brought it up very early. I don't know if we brought it up in the show or while we were bantering, going back and forth. But this is all spoilers for tomorrow night's Impact. TNA has done away. Hang on, I'll give you
At the moment.
3
okay.
seconds. Turn us off now if you don't want to hear spoilers.
Just look at the guns.
Okay.
And over.
For now, Impact has done away with the King of the Mountain title.
Okay.
It is now going to be called, was it the Grand Championship?
I thought they did away with everything.
Yeah.
Didn't they
No,
just
well,
do away with
originally I
everything?
thought they had merged the world title and the King of the
And
Mountain.
uh,
But now apparently it's just the
It's
King of the
just the
Mountain.
King of the Mountain.
Either way, they introduced the Grand Championship title. This Grand Championship title will have a set of MMA rules with it.
Three
It's going to be
rounds.
3-round matches. You can win by pinfall or submission.
Points.
And if it does go down to all 3 rounds, it will be
go to the judges.
Judge's decision.
It's a mix of MMA and the
That
Lucha
is-
Libre Mexico.
It's interesting enough. Like I applaud them for it. It's a little weird. It's a little out there, but it's something different. And we talked last week about how Impact needed to set themselves up to be different than Raw. This is a way you do it.
This coming on the first Impact under Billy Corgan.
Billy Corgan there.
Billy Corgan is now president of Impact.
So, there we go.
So despite all his rage.
Daughter said, "Oh my
Still
god, that's a
Randy
horrible idea." Only time will tell. We'll see what.
I'm interested to see how it plays out.
We'll see how it works out.
The thing that worries me is that this is going to end up being the Brawl for All somehow.
I kept thinking about the Brawl for All.
Or no, the Lions Den matches. Remember those?
With Ken Shamrock, Owen Hart.
Like, I don't know. It's going to be interesting nonetheless. If you play it out right and you don't have a lot of matches go to that time limit, then it'll be okay.
Yeah.
But if you're relying, if every match you have goes to a time limit, if like the first 3 matches you have in this go to a time limit, get rid of it. Jump ship and let's go do something else.
Oh, definitely. If it's not going to work, I feel like...
You've got to feel like a pinfall or submission can happen. That's the thing with MMA is we watch that not hoping for those matches to go to the time limit. We watch those looking for knockouts.
For a knockout or tap out.
We want to see
it's like you watch NASCAR for
a definitive finish.
For the left turns.
You watch NASCAR for, the complete race without, a rain delay or a wreck.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm happy with those. Just kidding. Everybody watches for the wrecks, right?
Yep. You're lying if you don't.
Let's see. Want to do news real quick?
We got news.
Alberto Del Rio and Paige
are
both suspended 30
and
days.
The rumors, as of last week, was that Triple H wanted Alberto Del Rio out of the company. Now all of a sudden this happens. It is in his best interest, I would say, for Del Rio to not be in this company. They're not doing anything with him. He's stale on creative. I would even argue that it is in Paige's best interest to not be in this company.
Including her, huh?
They are not doing anything with Paige either.
Yeah, well, at the same time, she's injured. So she has some major neck injuries going on.
Well, even before that, what were they doing with her, though? Nothing.
She was putting people over for a while.
So, and also, as part of rumors and stuff, WWE is looking at bringing in more lesbian or bisexual characters into...
Stephanie did an interview with, I forget who.
So the rumor is that this person is going to be Becky Lynch, who in real life is neither lesbian nor bi. That I don't like. Why are we going to make it someone a character? And instead of, if you wanted to make this a more empowering thing, why not highlight on characters and people who in real life are actually bi or lesbian?
Like Darren Young?
Such as Darren Young or Paige or Rosa Mendez. Why would you not focus on those and empower them? Because in their real life,
themselves,
they are.
basically.
Instead of making someone a character. That is real weird and disjointed to try to make Becky Lynch that. And I think it would tarnish her character. If you bring it in and you play off of somebody's real life, I think it makes sense. But if you do it as something false, it's going to fail.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel genuine.
Exactly. Yeah. Do questions to wrap up the show?
We got some questions.
We got some questions. Bowder on YouTube right now, he asks, how much really does Billy Corgan have his hand in creative now that he's with TNA?
From what I understood is he held the pin when he first came in. That he was like one of the main heads of creative when he first came in, and now being president, I'm sure he's going to have a bigger push for it. From what I understand, Dixie is handling like day-to-day things such as, operation side of it, while Billy is big picture, like
Billy's the guy you go for
writing
ideas.
and stuff like that.
Billy's the guy that's going to...
And the guy's a fresh look on everything. He's a wrestling fan at heart.
Long overdue.
So I think he holds the pin big time in this one.
Long overdue.
I just hope that it's the right person holding the pin.
Yeah. And then, you got anything on the dialogues?
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, I absolutely agree too. Tom on our Facebook page asked, would it have helped, or this is going back a while, would it have helped or hurt Daniel Bryan had he stayed in the Wyatt family for a little bit of a longer run? I think they could have had a killer program that could have ended in a title match at Mania or SummerSlam.
I think it would have helped him because it would have been a slower paced character. Like, he might not have been wrestling quite as much because the Wyatts play such a psychological role that it's not just balls out, every move is a high spot.
Yeah.
So he may not have ended up banged up as much as he was.
Yeah.
And I really, that was a story that I wanted more out of. I mean, that feud with him and Daniel Bryan, or him and Bray Wyatt was match of the year for us that year. Yeah. Like, that feud was amazing.
It was.
And that match at the Royal Rumble where, I mean, Daniel Bryan took that Sister Abigail to the security barrier. That was amazing.
That was sick.
I think it would have helped him a lot more. We might have actually seen a longer run out of Daniel Bryan had he gone that route. because we probably wouldn't have gotten. We've gotten more Raws with him not doing anything than with him wrestling.
Yep.
It's insane, right? Think about it.
And I think we would have ended up in a different.
Yeah,
place.
perhaps. I really did like that episode where the whole Takeover when he had Vince. Just for that moment alone, I think it was played perfectly.
Always felt like they definitely didn't let that build because it was like literally like the week after.
Yeah,
he got
it was
him
like maybe
that,
2 weeks.
Yeah, maybe 2 weeks tops. They got him into that cage, and then that's when that should have been like a pay-per-view. That should have happened at a pay-per-view.
Like that moment was so big that he's got an action figure of him in the Wyatt family like cover.
Yeah, so it's just like
come on,
you literally did that for however long.
At what point are we gonna? Speaking of Wyatt's, what point are we gonna let Braun Strowman actually have a character and stop squashing?
Was it even on Raw this week? I honestly don't know.
No, they had a vignette.
A vignette, yeah.
Same thing. Nia Jax, they had come out and squash.
They're basically the same gimmick.
So why do we need 2 squash match gimmicks on Raw right now?
I don't get it. I feel like you get 2 big powerhouses. I think you can have Neo go over some established talent.
I think you can, and not in a squash match. Like actually show that she's a legit wrestler.
Yeah, she is.
Exactly.
I mean, she's pretty good.
Show that
she's still a little green, but she
took
can
out
hold her.
Bayley.
Yeah,
she
can work.
So
and then same thing with so even bringing up Wyatt family again. Did you see Eric Rowan's comments this week?
No.
Eric Rowan is pissed off because they ran a story of the top 10 free agents on WWE.com that are available that were not drafted on Raw or SmackDown. Listed above Eric Rowan was Crime Time.
Luke Harper.
Or Luke Harper.
You're talking about Luke Harper.
Yeah. Eric Rowan. They're all the same. But yeah, Luke Harper came out and said, it is... Because they asked him about, what about... who was the other guy they asked about? Heath Slater.
Yeah.
He said, we're not talking about Heath Slater. They're running a story with Heath Slater, and he deserves that. He said, but guys like Crime Time who are not in this company and you want to book them ahead of me, he said, maybe I'm in the wrong company.
Oh.
Nice.
He said, it wasn't even on WWE. It was like a radio interview or something. He said, maybe I'm in the wrong place and I'm doing the wrong thing because my career is better than that. He said flat out, I believe I could hold the WWE title at some point. And if I'm not in this business to hold that title, then why am I here? And if you're going to book guys ahead of me and say that Crime Time is a better free agent than I am, when they're not even a legit tag team right now, then I think I need to rethink my employment.
That is very interesting.
So that's
some
he's a guy who
stuff.
could go anywhere.
Good question, Tom.
Yeah.
And on the Austin podcast, you think Austin was right in thinking that Ambrose was resting on his laurels. I think in the last 2 months, Ambrose has been kind of stale.
Yeah, I would. You know what? We didn't predict that match either.
Oh,
Ziggler
Dean Ambrose and
Ambrose.
Ziggler.
Yeah.
That's true. We skipped that
I
match.
skipped that one.
Yeah.
Yep, because I predict Ziggler in this match.
You going with Ziggler?
Because I do feel that Ambrose is stale. And that's funny.
So you agree with Stone Cold?
I think Stone Cold was a little more brash about it than he should have been, but I do feel like they're not. Whether it's Ambrose's fault or whether it's Creative's fault, I feel like him holding that title has been stale. Like they either need to let him let loose a little more, or they need to get it off of him.
Yeah,
because it's just.
I love the segment on. SmackDown, the super kick.
That was
dude. I was.
You talk about an RKO coming out of nowhere.
Yeah, I jumped out of. I jumped out of my couch when he hit that super kick. I was like, whoa.
So
I'm going with Ziggler.
Ziggler.
Yeah, that super kick was.
I think I'm going with Ambrose. I'm going with Ambrose.
I would like to see them give him one more chance.
I want to see this.
Really
I want to see this heel turn with Ziggler, and then.
I think that's where they're going with this.
But I was like, man, like the way this is being booked, I thought Ziggler was supposed to be the heel, and it's coming off like Dina just being a dick.
He is, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's just antagonizing him.
Just being a bully. Speaking of bullies, I'm enjoying the Baron Corbin Kalisto.
He's just like shoving his face into walls and shit.
I was laughing my ass off for that shit, man.
You know how crazy it is to look at this and think how many wrestlers are not on this show.
Huh.
And it's 11 matches.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn.
There's nothing going on with Sami Zayn. Him and Cesaro flipped roles, did they not? Yeah. Sami Zayn does not have a match. Zack Ryder does not have a match. American Alpha does not have a match. The Vaudeville, none of the tag teams have a match.
Besides
Dudley's,
New Day and
Dudleys are not on the card.
Dudleys are almost non-existent right now. The booking of the Dudleys,
they're running like this weird storyline where they're not capitalizing on the fact that like Bubba's visibly getting upset at Devon screwing up, but yet there's nothing happening post-match. There's nothing happening backstage. Like
you should see Devon walking off, leaving him behind.
Yeah, like,
some disgust.
like you know, you had 3 hours to build this.
Yep.
And then when the cruiserweight division moves to Raw, like, you're going to have to condense this down even more. Like, you guys need to jump on this.
Would you like to see, if we're getting the cruiserweights on Raw, would you like to see the tag titles migrated away from Raw and moved to SmackDown?
That would make more sense.
I mean, yes, we've got the New Day on Raw, but how do you...
I feel like they still shouldn't split that title. I mean, I think that's insane. Some of these titles, I think the Universal title doesn't really make sense. I would be fine just with one world title.
Yeah,
going to both brands.
Have the tag team titles float.
Have someone fight to be a number one contender, and then when you have double shows,
and then they're gonna start doing SmackDown house shows during Raw.
Yeah,
while Raw's going on.
Yeah, they've been doing that lately.
Like,
Cena's been on Raw a lot lately.
Yeah,
so is AJ.
Yeah. So let's wrap this up. Remember, guys, you can send us your questions and follow us on Twitter at @smart_marks. You're more than welcome to follow us on Twitter as well. You can follow Jeremy at JVader82. You can follow me at Mateo83.
_Meister 1980.
There you go. Search the Smart Marks fan page on Facebook and like it. There you can interact with us and our fans of the shows. Show us your favorite meme sentence questions. Go crazy. Also look for us on Tumblr and Instagram. If you don't use any of the above and avoid social media altogether, you can still email us your questions to smartmarksquestions@gmail.com. Again, the email smartmarksquestions@gmail.com, or you can type them in the comments of the YouTube page, and I will read them on the show live or a post show. Remember, you can stream, download, rate the show via iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Podcast Garden for the time being. Thanks for tuning in, downloading peeps. Once again, I'm Matt. He is Jeremy. That is Alex. We'll catch you guys next time on the Smart Marks. Peace.
Too sweet.
Out.
I wasn't even watching it. I knew we did that.
When are you
That's cohesive.
On cue.
Nice. That's the show. That's
a
the
wrap.
show. That's the show. Just waiting for Jeremy to stop the share.
No! Okay.
Pull a Jordan in. Chop ya.